It's like acoustic punk.
What? Track 5, 2 for Blue.
So here's the deal. This was a rough demo, acoustic punk style, and then we turned it into something totally different. Not even close to this, but it's funny to look back.
This is also my first time listening to this version.
Is that in the song?
Rough.
Long way back to cul-de-sacs, backwards hats, back to when we had backpacks. And we could do it our own way, she said. We could do it our own way this time. I'll be crossing 3 lines, 1 for all our pastimes, and 2
That's Nick singing.
How we went about kind of changing up this song was the drums and the bass. I really liked this like
Yeah, we got this slow groove going on that we kind of framed the whole song around, this one groove.
yeah.
Very straightforward.
It's pretty simple. The drums and the bass are doing most of it, but there's a tiny bit of electric guitar just kind of doing like a triad or something. And that's actually following the bass, a little behind.
Super brand new style.
These roads were in it from the start. Really watery, like a lot of movement to them, a lot of chorus.
There was a lot going on vocally and lyrically with the song, and we felt the chords I originally had were a little much. So you were like pushing really hard for simplifying the chords, just doing the 4 and the 5, which I ended up loving because it does give a lot of room and space to the vocals to kind of shine.
Yeah, that's like a cool contrast, is to have like either lyrically it do a lot and then musically it's like chill, or musically it does a lot and lyrically it's chill. So from the top vocally it sounds like this.
Well, it's a long way back to cul-de-sacs, backward hats, back to when we had backpacks. And we can do it our own way, she said. We can do it our own way.
For the pre-chorus, we add in this little guitar part.
This time I'll be crossing 3 lines, 1 for all the good times, and 2 for blue eyes.
And then Nick's part, I think, is like one of the most fundamental parts of this whole song. A little more reverb, a little more spanky. And then there's a lot of vocal samples. I just chopped up a word I sang and just kind of looped it. But it adds this really cool like motion as well to it.
Yeah, like in the beginning when we started changing all the production on this, I was a little unsure about the direction it was going, and then you sent me that once you had done
With
all those
the-
vocal samples, and I was totally sold. I was like, yes.
On top of that, we also have a vocoder, which I've used in a lot of the other songs as well. Kind of adding like bigger layers to it all.
And 2 for blue eyes.
I think we had this from the start. We were like, we needed like a little space to go into the second verse. And we had like a very simple drum fill, that but like it felt so good to do that. It's just huge.
Well, I said peace to the past, but peace never lasts, peace never ceases to be part of the recent cat.
Verse 2 is my favorite, I think, in like all the songs, because we did a lot of cool vocal stuff, a lot of harmonies and things. So just soloing the harmonies, this is what it sounds like.
Peace to the past, but peace never lasts, peace never ceases to be part of the recent cast. I could do it my own way, I said, I could do my own way. And now peace of the past is creeping back, the pieces I lack have pieced themselves together at last.
Verse again has that brand new type chugging, like picking things. Pre-chorus 2, we added some high octaves to the vocals.
'Cause lately I've been seeing repeats, taken back to King Street. Big dreams. and 3 lines, one for all my past crimes, and 2 for blue eyes. And 2.
Let's talk about the the SOS beat. Yeah, reverse snares, dude. Chorus 2 also adds in this arpeggiator. Sounds like this. There's a kalimba with a lot of like reverb and delay, and this is throughout all the choruses and the bridge, and it adds like a lot of this movement as well. How did we come up with? Did we always have a guitar solo? Talk about this part, Jay.
Well,
I kind of fought for the solo. This guy didn't want it.
I remember that day so vividly. We were all just chilling right here, listening to the mix, and Nick's pacing, and he goes, "Guys, I don't know if I like the guitar solo." All 3 of us were like, "Nick, if there's like any band veto, this is it. The solo slaps."
The solo stays.
If
He's
it's a
like,
vote, it's a
play it
vote."
one more time. We played it, and he goes, "I'm sold."
Yeah.
So yeah, when we first started doing the song live, I had kind of an older version of the solo that I would play, and it's come a long way to feel this good. And we doubled it over with a analog lead synth that kind of just makes it cut through a lot better. That's just a synth with the guitar. So then we had this idea to layer that bass line over that guitar part when I bend up. Speaking of the bass, we wanted that part to shine too. We wanted kind of the guitar and the bass to each have their own, almost like their own solo. So we asked Aaron, Aaron, how do you feel about slapping this part? And look at how good it ended up sounding. Okay, so that last line, the da 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 da, we have that in a lot of our songs. We definitely have it in Little Love, which is the. But it's all based off of that one video of that guy singing. So that's a little Easter egg. So if you notice, there's 3 layers of this bass. And everything's compressed with the R bass, and then we've got this RS, what the hell is it?
Just say JJP.
And we got this JJP, what is it though?
It's a
Jack Joseph.
it's a thing.
It's like a little process.
Alright, tap out. Alright, out of the solo, we go to the bridge. Me and Nick wrote this bridge
The day of producing, I think, right?
like as we were, developing the
pretty-
song. We wrote it in like, what, 20 minutes, the bridge?
yeah, we're like, we
Simple.
need something.
You know, the song has a lot.
Just repeat the same thing.
We need something.
They were really
Something
singing about
little.
Aaron.
Aaron has a way.
I just have this way.
All right. So it breaks down to this similar groove that's been going on. It's like this low kick and the tennis ball sound. The vocoder adds a nice touch here with the vocal because it really shines since everything's out for the most part.
Babe, you have a way of always getting in the way.
It still has the bass underneath. It's really sucked down, but it still has that. And along with that, we still have the guitar doing this funky pattern.
Babe, you have a way of always getting in the way. Babe, you have a way of always getting in the way.
Towards the end, we also added in this like
Vocal
Like a
arpeggio.
like a
Yeah.
staggered kind of thing.
So it sounds like this. Woo! So again, we got gang vocals, and we just all screamed our lungs out that night.
Baby, you have a way of always getting in the way. Baby, you have a way of always getting in the way. Baby, you have a way of always getting in the way.
Let's listen to the bass and drums. So halfway through the bridge, we bring back the pre-chorus melody and the vocals. And Jeremy's guitar line is following it. So somewhere along the way, we had finished the song, but we felt like it needed some type of intro. So Jeremy had the idea of cutting out the bridge, moving it to the beginning, and like doing a lot of high cuts to make it sound like really like it's swelling up. First thing they hear is technically the bridge, and they don't hear it until way at the end. Yeah, so that's 2 for Blue.
Let's rap.
Let's rap.